President Tinubu laments how herdsmen render doctors useless. Video emerges. Can you imagine? So herdsmen are rendering veterinary doctors useless, Abi, because herdsmen carry their cattle to the bush and do all they want to do. So the veterinary doctors are not having job anymore. Let them go and work with dogs now. There are dogs everywhere. There are poultries everywhere that are still being employed. Let them go there. So why will cattle rearing alone be a problem to them? There are other forms of animals to be catered for in Nigeria. Okay. And why is this narrative coming now? Is this the biggest problem in Nigeria? Is it the biggest challenge that we're having in Nigeria today? Why is Tinubu speaking about veterinary doctors? Is that the major issue that we have in Nigeria today? Yeah? Is that an issue of priority today? It is not. Okay, you have not even mentioned where the medical, the health facilities in Nigeria for humans are not functional. We are talking about health services for animals. Yeah? I know the animals have a right to live. That's fine. But if you put animals and put humans, who should you give priority first and stabilize? It's not humans that will take care of the animals. Yeah? The health facilities for humans are not working. Even for the presidency at Aso Rock, it's not working. And you are talking about health facilities or health services for animals. These I tell you that they create narratives to divert people's attention, but it's not going to work. That is the truth. President Bola Tinubu has lamented that the age-long practice of herding cows across the country has continued to render vet doctors useless. In his address to Nigerians living in India, President Tinubu vowed that herding cows across the country would be stopped and that the country would go into entire ranching. According to the president, it is a shame that for so long the vets were not allowed to do their job, and investment in the dairy to provide food for Nigerian children were blocked by the herdsmen. So in New Delhi, India, Bola Tinubu has revealed plans to stop nomads from herding cattle across the country, adding that the long age system has rendered many vet doctors useless. While addressing Nigerians in India, the president vowed that his administration would end the activities and that the country would go into full ranching. Can you imagine? So President Tinubu speaks on a plan to stop herders' activities in Nigeria. In a video seen by legit.ng, President Tinubu made the revelation at one of his lineup activities in India, where he had visited to attend the G20 Leaders Summit. Now, wow. Somebody said, what is a shame? We have a lot of animals and cows, okay, which are not treated, and vets were not given an opportunity to do ranching and invest in ordinary dairy to provide food to our children. That is not how to plan. We are going to change that in this government. And those were Tinubu's statements. Anyway, yes. So many herdsmen have been accused of being the source of insecurity in some parts of the country, particularly the south and the north central states. Okay, in Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, in north central region of Nigeria, herdsmen and farmers have consistently clashed over alleged encroachment on farmlands and farm produce without compensation. The development had led to another crisis, such as tribal clash and kidnapping, in which many host communities have accused the pastoralists of being the masterminds. A case study of kidnapping and illegal killing of host community members by herders was the incident in Oyo State that led to the call for a Yoruba nation by the self-acclaimed human rights fighter Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, okay, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. Okay, so, and somebody say here, enjoy another epic speech by President Bola Tinubu as he addresses Nigeria living in India. Okay, who won't be proud of this president? Not really. Look at this guy. What have they given you to tweet this? Yeah. So what is happening now is that Tinubu is planning to stop the herding activities across the country. So what will happen to the 451 grazing routes that they are fighting for, which belong actually cut across people's and community lands that are trying to fight with them. So if Tinubu can stop this stuff of heading and then go into full-time ranching, and then that's fine if he can do that. But the truth is that that is short time to stay in power because, first of all, his presidency is still being contested, and Nigerians are not happy because he's coming to power. He's scam. Actually, he scammed Nigerians to get there. The presidency of Nigeria is blessed in knowledge and human resources, but the country only lacks leadership and management. So according to Tinubu, he was a brilliant student in his undergraduate, and this allowed him to join Deloitte and then move to ExxonMobil at his request. Can you imagine? He was a very brilliant person. He just praising himself. First of all, he didn't work with ExxonMobil. He worked with Mobil Oil in Nigeria. At that time, Exxon had not merged with Mobil to create ExxonMobil. Okay, and today Mobil Oil in Nigeria is no longer in existence because it has been sold out after the merger between Exxon and Mobil. Mobil Oil has been sold to a private company, and so that name is no more. That is it. So the public need to know a bit about that. So Tinubu did not work in ExxonMobil. He worked with Mobil Oil in Nigeria. Then it was not ExxonMobil because Mobil had not merged with Exxon. That is it. Okay, so there are a few comments here coming from a few individuals. Someone say, I support a Miloko on this with full strength. We must embrace pro-human capital development version of capitalist system, just like Europe, Saudi Arabia, etc. did in order to address our current socio-economic problems. Nothing good can come out of this system. That is the truth. It will end in talks. Nothing good will come out of the system. I'm pretty sure of that. Nothing good will come out of this system. I'm pretty sure of that. Pretty sure of that. And I agree with this person. Somebody say, who cares what Bubu thinks on this now? He got his chance to remodel pastoral farming and open grazing, but choose to maintain the status quo against all odds. Okay, a welcome development indeed if done. Buhari regime made people to hate herdsmen. Nigeria is a country where cattle eat human beings. Abi? As twisted cowheads made cattle's lives to matter and more sacred than human lives. Animals' right above human rights scenario, unfortunately. Cow rearing is a private business, so let them find solution to their business. That is it. That is it. That is it. Because they are not giving businessmen money or any incentive to run their business. Okay, the pepper dealer, the farmers in the south, east, and southwest are not giving money to run their farm. The cocoa farm, the rubber plantation farm, and all the yam production and all that. So why is heading a key issue now? Somebody say, in total support of this ranching. Buhari's herdsmen have caused enough havoc in the country. I support this government. May God help him to rebuild Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Which government are you supporting? This government that is already built on 40 foundation. He is the most prepared of the three candidates. Others have nothing to offer. Who told you? You are just talking out of emotions. That is it. I pray God helps Mr. President to muzzle up the necessary courage and willpower to contend with the Fulani junta, or you call them cabal, who claim they own Nigeria. Presidential statement in all ramifications, not till they come. President Bola Tinubu, may you receive the political will to do so in the name of Jesus Christ. Say all of them, religious by gods. Can he cage this man? This man made monsters. May God help him. He would because everything will be under law. Which law? Do you have law in Nigeria? You don't have law in Nigeria. The law has been broken right from when he was elected. That is another problem. So you don't have law in Nigeria. Let's stop talking about law. So that is what Tinubu is saying in India. he will stop grazing across the country and then do ranching and go full-time ranching so that vet doctors can have job to do, and then we can produce dairy food for our country. Okay, thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.